Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video. So yesterday, which was when I'm recording this, which was Thursday, but I'm gonna put the video out on Monday. Anyway, yesterday I asked on Facebook if any of you would be interested in learning how to set up a custom loading screen background for Firestorm, and to my surprise, a lot of you said yes. So I just thought I'd do a quick little tutorial. So what you'll need is your editing software, be that Photoshop or Gimp or Clip Studio or whatever else you choose to use. I'm going with Photoshop. And then you'll need obviously Firestorm to check if it shows up properly. I think you can also do in Black Dragon and in the official Second Life viewer. And it should, work in a similar way. But yes, so to start off with, I suggest that you have a pre-prepared picture that you like. Now, in my case, I'm using a blog picture that I took that I'm quite proud of. I just took this at my main store location on Black Dragon and then, edited it a little bit. But yes, because I was too lazy to set up a background, it's sort of embarrassing. But anyway, so yes, in order to navigate to the file that we're going to be manipulating for our needs, you're going to want to press the Windows key plus R, and it'll open the Run menu. Or you can go to Start and type Run, and you can open it that way. And next, what you're going to want to enter is percent symbol, app data, sorry, I can't spell, all as one word, percent symbol, no spaces, and press enter. And it'll open your app data roaming folder. Now, in here, you can see I have Black Dragon. And it's set up similarly, so I'm sure it'll work the same. And your regular Second Life viewer, yes, here, is also in here. But what we're interested in is Firestorm _ x64. Now, if you have a 32-bit computer, you'll probably have the 32-bit version installed, in which case this will probably just say 32 instead of 64. But that's fine. This will work for you either way. So I'm just going to double click to open it. And then I'm going to go to my username, which is Saki Bunny. And then you have these 3 PNG files. Now I'm filtering the view by group by type. Yours might not be, in which case you might have to scroll a little bit. But what we're interested in is screen _ home. Now, this setup that I have with the custom background for the loading screen will only work if, when you log into Firestorm, and I'll throw a picture up on screen now, you select the location, the login location to home rather than your last location. And the reason for this is that your last location will just continuously update, whereas your home location, I'm assuming you're not changing very often. And in accordance with that, if you do change your home location after following along with this tutorial, you will have to update this image again. So I suggest saving a copy of the modified image somewhere on your computer. So clicking on it, you can see that my dimensions are 1920 by 1009. And that's just because it is basically only the size between the top bar and the bottom bar. So your resolution might be different, but this is the size of mine. And mine is pre-edited, obviously, because, I posted it to Facebook. So yours might look a bit different. Yours might look more like this. I was in my main store, in my logo room. So yes, what you're going to want to do is open your software and drag this into a new file. I'm just literally going to click and drag it into the top bar, and it'll open a new file in that resolution. And then here it is. And then you're going to want to navigate to wherever your picture is saved that you want to use as your background. In my case, it's the same image. But hang on, let me actually use a different one. Let me find one that's also Not hideous. Let's go with August. Okay, this isn't edited or anything. It's with my friend Maria. So I'll just use this. And I'm just going to drag and drop it into the empty space around the canvas, and it'll create a new layer for me. And it'll create it as a smart object. So when I click confirm up here or enter, you'll see that it's a what's it called? It's called a smart object. Yes, I was correct. Okay. So what I then do is I delete the original. And then you can resize it however you like, just as you would. So I will just, position this like so. Enter. And now you can save this PSD somewhere safe. I would suggest not saving it in your app data. I would suggest saving it, on your hard drive somewhere else. Not your desktop, because not everyone is messy like me. If you're the messy type, then I relate. But otherwise, just save it wherever. For now, I'm just not going to bother saving it because I don't really need a duplicate. So I'm just going to File, Export as PNG, and I'm going to put it on my desktop for now because I'm going to move it. And you want to keep the name the same. You don't want to change it. And then press Save. And now I can exit out. And then you want to go back to where your app data is. And again, remember, you can save a copy of this somewhere. I'm just going to put one in my downloads for now. There we go. And then you can delete the original and drag in your new one. And that should be updated. So now if I open Firestorm, so yes, now that I'm logged into Firestorm, you want to make sure here that this is set to home. And then you can press login and you'll see it'll be updated. So yes, that's basically it for the tutorial. It's a very short one. And if there's anything else specific that, you guys would want to know, in terms of, I don't know, modifying your interface, or, I don't know, just any other tutorial subjects that you're interested in, you can comment down below and I'll give it a good go. I'll see if I can explain it. And if this tutorial was helpful, then I'd love to see screenshots of you guys loading screens. That's always cute. But yes, for now, that'll do it for me. Also, I just wanted to add, I know my last Second Life related video was about me quitting. To a certain extent, that is still true. I am not interacting with anyone in world. I basically just log in to work and, I guess, work on my main store and complete commissions and stuff like that. So as far as being as interactive as I used to be, that is no longer the case. And this is purely for my own sanity, because this is the only way that I'm able to tolerate Second Life. I'm still socializing with people to a limited degree on Second Life Facebook, although I'm currently not accepting any new friend requests. I'm sorry. I really wanted to focus on limiting my friends list, because it was just getting too big and there were so many people on there that I just, didn't know. And I feel like they might have been the ones that were, passing around information about me that was ending up on Second Life secrets, which is something I want to avoid, especially seeing as my Facebook has my real name. And I don't want everyone and their mother knowing my real name necessarily, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so yes, for now, I'm purely on Second Life to a really quite a limited extent. So, you can contact me if you need product support, or if you need support in relation to a YouTube tutorial I've done, or, you have a suggestion for a YouTube tutorial, or what have you. But yes, in terms of, chatting, I guess I'm kind of avoiding that at the moment, and I'm really sorry, and I know that sounds really antisocial, But it's kind of the solution I've come to for the meantime, and I think I'm going to keep it this way because I've been experimenting with it for the last sort of 1.5, 2 weeks, and it really seems to have been doing me a lot of good. And I really don't want to get back to that place that I was at before my hiatus, where I was just so emotionally burnt out and also creatively burnt out. So yes, I hope you guys can understand, and I'm really sorry. And of course, I still love you all. But yes, just for my own sort of mental sanctity and in order to keep my emotional battery high enough to function as a human being, this is the decision that I've made. So yes, that'll do it for today's video. If you found it helpful, then, comments and thumbs up are always appreciated, but not necessary. And yes, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!